all those. What else we can do in masjid? Tell me. Yeah, education. So I would say academic role. Academic role of a masjid. If you're taking notes, just send the notes to the breakfast level. First is spiritual role, second is academic or educational role. The reason why I'm saying this, when I was in Pakistan, in Karachi, studying Islamic studies especially, I would go to the masajid, but the masajid, especially in Pakistan, because I was brought up in Pakistan, so I will only give examples of Pakistan. Don't consider that I'm bashing a nation. Because I am a Pakistani, why I will bash Pakistan? In Pakistan, or even in other masajid in the Muslim populated country, Muslim dominated country, you will see masajid are not playing that role of the academic role. Maximum there is a Friday night lecture, there will be no concept of Arabic class, even though the country is non-Arab. I started teaching Arabic in Pakistan, I will tell you. You will expect in Pakistan there are so many Muslims, they will come. There are only 12 people came. And in Jummah Salah, in that masjid, there are 3,000 people who will pray in that masjid. Only 12 people came. And that was in 2011, the year before I moved here. So there is no interest in people for learning Arabic, but generally there are no academic classes. Yeah, inspirational classes are there. There are ta'aleem after every salah. There are durus after Friday night Isha. But in terms of academic classes, there is no such concept that each and every masjid have. If some masajids have, that's illa mashallah. But here, alhamdulillah, no matter what school of thought masjid follows, they have the academic role. Or they should have if they are not having. They have the academic classes, they have the inspirational classes, they have the motivational lectures. So that's the role which masjid should play, because in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam time, they used to do this in Masjid Nabawi, and they had the students' dorm, that's Ashab Sufa, they would used to live in Masjid Nabawi. That's the second role which masjid should have. Alhamdulillah, after living in this community for 8-9 months, I can say that MCMC is doing that a lot for each and everything, especially for the kids. You have Thursday school, you have Saturday school, you have Sunday school, you have full-time Islamic school, and that's awesome, alhamdulillah. But stay consistent, alhamdulillah. That's the second academic role. So first was a spiritual, second was academic. And academic includes both academic and is inspirational. If you are giving inspirational khutbah, heat it up, it will only serve the one purpose. Even teach them, educate them. Half of our problem will be solved if we are educated about Quran and Sunnah. Okay, what is the third role of the masjid apart from spiritual and academic? Tell me. Yes, mashallah, Brother Zaki. Social. So when I will come to the masjid, Brother Zaki will ask me about my cricket. That's social role. That's social role. That is very important. I'm not saying this is primary, because primary is spiritual. But Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to do this. Now you will say, Imam Sahib, do you have any evidence about socializing in masjid? These kids, they will walk in at the back after salah. They are not interested in prayer. They are interested in talking and distracting others. I'll talk about all those things, and that is actually very important thing, the most important thing in my talk, socializing in the masjid. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to, after Fajr Salah, Sahaba said that we would talk to each other, even about the things which we would do in the time of Jahiliyyah. And Prophet Muhammad would smile, we would joke around, Prophet Muhammad would smile and we would laugh. And one Sahaba said that this happened more than 100 times. This happened more than 100 times in Musnad Ahmad. Now this tells us one thing, talking about the Jahiliyyah, which is not obviously days of Islam, smiling, laughing. Prophet Muhammad is asking many times after Fajr, okay, did you see any dream? Let me interpret you. And they would smile and laugh. What does this mean? This means that masjid is more than just 5 times salah. Masjid was a social club for them. When anything happened in their family, funeral, marriage, they would come in masjid and they would be very glad to inform other people. That's the role of masjid which they would have at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we should have that right now here, whether in terms of any social aspect. Tell me one thing, if I am in Pakistan, if my sons are not getting married in MCMC and my daughter is not getting married in MCMC, they can still get married because everyone is Muslim. In Egypt, everyone is Muslim. But here, you have 1 or 2% Muslims. Not your every neighbor will be a Muslim. So we are bound to have socializing in the Islamic centers. who will going to marry my son and daughters? Just think about the matrimonial. Don't think about anything else. Maybe you are too young to think about that. Then a time will come and you will think that the need of socializing. Not everyone is Muslim in your neighbor, like Muslim countries. You go, in Pakistan, I usually give example. In Pakistan, you have Musa, Isa, Ghaffar, Sattar. Everyone is Muslim. In here, your neighbor is Prasad and what else? Prasad, David, and then Ahmad will come, and Ahmad will be Ahmadi also. So you will not going to get married, marry your daughter to that Ahmad. There is a huge problem. So we need a social concept, socializing in the masjid, and we need some social committees, active committees. I know we in MCMC, MCNJ, Masjid Al-Wali, we love to have committees, but that is not active. So we need to have some active committees who can do this job, socializing. So that's the third role of the masjid. And Prophet Muhammad used to have this. I gave examples that he would socialize in masjid and he would talk. But now the problem will come. If after salah, if I'm going at the back or I just want to socialize, there's no place. And please don't start hating me, don't start sharing the email thread that why you invite Imam Asif. But in MCMC, MCNJ, even I was Imam, but I'm telling you, there's, in terms of its structure, we need to provide some room for socializing. If kids are going at the back because they cannot find any other room, or if they are going outside but they cannot find any other room, and they are socializing, they are actually fulfilling the role of masjid. But they are even distracting those people who are praying their sunnah. But now they will say, actually, why they are praying sunnah? Because Prophet Muhammad used to pray sunnah at home. And they will say, no, if we are praying, you should not distract us. But they are actually fulfilling the social role. So there is a clash and they both have hadith. Actually, the responsibility will come to those people who are responsible, that we should provide them a separate room. We cannot say one is more important than the other. Okay, you prayed salah, just go and now discuss and talk and have socializing. So, structure of the masjid is very important. We have to have that room, or at least the musalla, when they will go out, it's a soundproof room, musalla area. But we should focus on that instead of focusing on the secondary issues of the community. This is a primary concern. If they have socializing, wallahi, most of the problems will be solved if we follow the role of the masajid, education, proper way of socializing and so forth. So okay, first was spiritual. Second was, no, don't say spiritual. Okay, what do you do in spirituality? We have Taraweeh prayer annually, apart from 5 times salah. Don't say that. There are many other ways of spirituality. Ibadah, zikr, askar, and all those things will come under spirituality. Second, academic, motivational, along with inspirational. Third, social. And social include each and everything. We have marriage problem, go to counseling. You have any other issue, go to a masjid. Masjid will be able to solve that. Or at least, if not financially, morally, masjid will support you. That's the social. You know the concept of zakat also? One of the hikmat of the zakat, one of the wisdom of the zakat is given by the ulama. You know, some scholars say give zakat locally. Others say no, give zakat to the Muslim countries because they are in more rich, so forth. I'm not going in that debate. But one of the wisdom of the zakah as given by the scholars is so that the community, in the same community, when the rich people are there, poor should not feel complex. That we are poor and they are rich. So that's the wisdom of the zakat, that the rich should give to the poor of the community so that that gap can be filled. And that can only be done when you have an active social committees in the masjid who are doing this. Okay, that's the third thing. And that's a full-time job. Don't expect Imam Rauf or the 5-6 active shura member to do this. You have to get active if you want to run a good matrimonial committee or good financial or funeral committee. You have to get active. Okay, after this, what is the fourth role of masjid? I'm just summarizing because I have to start the point number 2 before I can inshallah leave. Dawah. I would say there are two different terms. One is outreach, especially in this time in which we are living. We have to get politically active. I'm not saying political role because some people the word political role in the masjid is toxic. That how politics are connected with the masjid. So I'm using the word outreach. The word outreach covers each and every aspect, that we have to get active in the community, with the neighbors. At least if they are not converting back to Islam, just tell them that we are Muslim, we are in this community, and we are with you in all those common issues. We might not start worshipping Jesus, we are still worshipping Allah, but at the same time, whatever the common issues, we are with you and you should be with us. This is very important. I know San Bernardino. You've heard this name, right? Yeah, every American have heard this name. So when this happened in San Bernardino, there is one small musalla or masjid. I visited that area in February. This happened in December, I guess, December or January. I visited that area and I met the local community there in San Bernardino, the Muslim community. So they said, Wallahi, after this happened, within 1 or 2 days we gathered all the clergies, rabbi, priest in the San Bernardino, because we had a nice relationship with them. We had a working business relationship with them. And we gave a collective press release and they said, no, these Muslims are very peaceful people. This was only possible because the local Muslim community had a nice relationship. That the rabbi and priest was standing with them and the imam could say something on the community behalf, Muslims and non-Muslims, and they can endorse. But if we have that mentality, oh, you are Yahud, you are not even human beings over, you are Nasara, you are not even that, then this mentality might not work here. Means we have to change ourselves. One of the way of becoming successful in whatever field you are, just change yourself, and obviously we have a benchmark, change yourself according to Quran and Sunnah. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to have this working relationship, Sulh Hudaybiyah and Treaty of Medina and so forth, so we should have that. That's the outreach program. As a masjid we should have, and alhamdulillah MCMC have it. Other masajids also are working towards MCMC because Imam Rauf is more inclined towards outreach programs, so alhamdulillah MCMC have that. Once in a year you will do that big iftar in Wadi non-Muslims, alhamdulillah. And the last role of the masjid will be the dawah role. Because we are here in this country not to fix the issues of 1% of the Muslim community, we are here in this country to focus on the remaining 99% who are not Muslims. If you will think, okay, no, let me fix the issue of 1% of the Muslim community, it will never be fixed. Even at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were hypocrites. There were king of hypocrites, Abdullah ibn Ubay. But he focused on their tarbiyah, but at the same time his main focus was how to spread the message of Islam. So in this country, our main focus should be how to spread the awareness of Islam in the remaining 99%. And that is more important. Most of the scholars say if you are living in this country, that should be your intention, to give dawah to the non-Muslims. So I would say most of the masajid are weak in this, are very weak. We are doing a lot of academic programs, Arabic class, and I will start by myself. Even I am very weak in that. But there is no concept of one-on-one dawah or dawah tables and so forth. But masjid should have that. That dawah committee, and they're very active in hardcore dawah. And I don't know how this will happen for MCMC, but this is one area where MCMC need to work more. I know there are a few community members I can see they are very vibrant and very energetic regarding dawah, so we should use them. They are in the community. So these are the roles of the masjid. Okay, now actually I forgot to mention one thing is social role. One guy came to me and he said that these YM kids are playing in the masjid. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Is it okay, Imam Sahib? Shh. Ka'annahu yawm al-qiyamah. So bad. It's like hour is coming. Is it okay from Sunnah? And I was reading the text of Hadith. Usually we read translation because we don't know Arabic. I was reading the text of Hadith, and the Hadith says the guys from Habsha Abyssinia, yal'abuna fil masjidi. Yal'abuna fil masjidi. Those of you who know little Arabic, they all used to play, they all were playing in masjid. And Prophet Muhammad and Aisha were the spectators of this Super Bowl or NBA game. And Prophet Muhammad said, okay, interval come again, just finish it off. But Aisha said, no, I want to see, I want to complete this game. And Prophet Muhammad said, okay, just look at this game. And they were looking at these Abyssinians, they were playing in masjid, the local game at that time, and Prophet Muhammad was okay with that. And this shows that obviously they can play in Musalla area or not, that's a different debate, but it is okay, and it is more than okay in this environment if the kids are playing in masjid. If they are not playing in the masjid, there are many other options where we might not want to send our kids. Yesterday night, actually, YM shared a presentation in MCNJ. I would request YM Pescaro if you can share the same presentation here. they shared some eye-opening statistics. Muslim community, they took feedback from 250 Muslim youth brothers and 250 Muslim sisters, and they came up with this, that 61% of the Muslim youth in 2016 are exposed to pornography. Exposed means obviously they're consuming pornography. 91%, 92% are in the relationship problem, girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. 91, 92%. And there is a problem of the drugs, 40, 50% in Muslim youth. And you should definitely look at those statistics. If these are the problems of Muslim community youth, and we are discouraging them, don't come to masjid, no, don't play this, then where they will go? I'm not saying change the rules of Sharia, but at least whatever rules are in the Sharia, just apply that. If there is something in Sharia, black and white, then okay, haram is haram. But Prophet Muhammad SAW, in his masjid, Abyssinians are playing. In another occasion, in Abu Dawud's hadith, he's sitting in the masjid, and one wrestler, he's a famous wrestler of Arab, he came and he said, I will believe in you, I'll believe in Islam if you can wrestle me down. And he said, okay, let me wrestle you down. And then Prophet Muhammad wrestled him down, like John Cena or all those wrestlers, but he wrestled him down, and eventually he became Muslim. And some scholars say that even wrestling is a sunnah in masjid. Isn't it amazing how at the microscopic level Islam can go and teach us and guide us? But this is again the social aspect. So if you will see anyone doing something which is not permissible in Islam according to you, but maybe permissible in culture, just don't make a big deal. Maybe they are coming from a different background, and we need to be more open-minded for that. So these are the role of the masjid. That's the first thing. Okay, I will finish inshallah in a few minutes. The second thing, and that is how in the masjid, if can I mention two things instead of one thing? So I will finish off three things inshallah. About the unity in different groups. I'm leaving now so I can discuss about these things. You can share as many bad things about Imam Asif, write Facebook post, tag me, send an email to Tanveer, curse him, curse the Shura. They are the usually bad guys. Imam at least get respect from half of the community. But they don't get respect at all from even half of the community. See brother Ilyas, he's a vice president of MCNJ, alayhim assalam. Yeah, okay. So, how many groups are in the masjid? And say it in a positive way. There is obviously one of the Salafi movements, which is very active in the masajid. There is Sufi, then there is Iqna, then there is Tablighi Jamaat, then there is YM, and then there is MSA, and then so forth. Some people will think, oh no, Muslims are messed up, man. Imam Sahab, Muslims have divided themselves in so many groups. Why you see in that perspective? There's a same thing you can see from other perspective. Just change the narrative, change the perception. Why can't we use these groups in their expertise so that they can participate in masjid? In a beautiful way. The best manager is what? Who deal with the problem and who take out the good. So if you see, let's say, I will go one by one. So if you see Salafi movement in the masjid, instead of just taking them, although they are stressful and so forth, their main expertise is Aqidah, Tawheed. They will never accept bid'ah. They are very firm on the sunnah. It's a good thing or a bad thing? Every Muslim should abide by that. It's a very sensitive issue in our religion. So why can't we take guidance? Okay, if you see us straying from the path of sunnah, please correct us. We can do this. And even they will think that actually we are empowered in the masjid. When you will go to, let's say, Tablighi Jamaat, they will bring all those people who are living in the neighbors in the masjid. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing, right? I honestly speaking, I don't have that, wallahi, that courage to go to each and every house and knock the door, and I don't know what kind of response I will get, because I am in habit of getting izzah from the member. So I don't know what kind of response I will get. So these people have that courage. So it's a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing. So we should encourage them. Our goal is to eventually serve the community and serve to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the first goal, but obviously by serving the community. So if they are bringing someone in population, so we should motivate them. The people of those who follow tasawwuf, if they are talking about cleaning the heart and loving Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing, right? So we should encourage them. That why don't you have a talk on tazkiyah, on cleaning the heart, on kibr, on hasad and so forth. Good, use positive and leave the negatives. Leave the negatives and come out of these labels, if you can. Don't stamp your masjid. Again, don't stamp your masjid. This is one hardcore one masjid. Label it. Just because then you know what will happen? The other people might not be comfortable. Even the youth groups. YM is there, they are positive, and you might see a negative, but I see a lot of positive. Ask them to come. If they are not active, talk to them, how to get them active. Involve them in shura, involve them in activity, because they are the future of the masjid. Even MSA group, and there are many other groups, but make sure they all are playing an active role in the masjid, instead of taking them as a stress that now this group is getting active, we need to do something. No. Come out of that mindset. Use it in their positive way. Ummah needs each and everything. Ummah needs individual dawah, Ummah needs collective dawah, Ummah needs his convention, Ummah needs each and everything, Ummah needs Six Flag also, 23rd September is coming. Whatever Ummah needs is bring all the positive within the Ummah. Is it clear? So that's how you manage different groups in the masjid, instead of considering one group as a label. And let's say if any difference is there. Let's say one Salafi and Sufi and Tablighi and Ikna and Isna, they are not getting along with on one point. Then it's okay if they are following if they are following differences. It's okay, because we have to redefine what unity is. Unity is not that all of us will pray in one method. This is superficial unity. Prophet Muhammad never had this unity in the Sahaba. All these differences of Salah actually trace back to the Sahaba, if you know, or the students of Sahaba. And unity is not that all people will celebrate Eid together. Even this is not unity. What is unity? To be acceptable with the differences. Okay, at least on the core issues we are united, because in the core issues we cannot compromise. Otherwise, what's the point of having masjid? In terms of Aqidah, in terms of worshipping one Allah with all the deepness, we have to do that. But in terms of fiqh, in terms of school of thought, in terms of application, in terms of ideology, we might have some different opinion. And that's okay to have diverse opinion. Because if you have diverse opinion, the leader can select the best opinion for the community. When at the time of Medina, the trenches were there, Prophet Muhammad didn't follow the opinion of Abu Bakr and Umar. Prophet Muhammad followed the opinion of that we should have the trenches around the Medina. Whom he followed? Salman al-Farsi. He said, okay, you gave a very diverse opinion. And then that opinion actually saved the Medina. So it's good to have diversity and it's good to have diverse opinion. Is it clear? Okay, that's the second point. And third point, and I will end inshallah. How to involve youth and women in masjid. Why youth and women? Why not men? Men are already involved. Please, come out of that mind. Why youth and women? And I leave the women because I don't have time to focus on youth. Because if I will have time, I'll mention even something about women. But let's focus on youth. I spoke to youth in last 4 years in different platforms, in masjid, in school, in YM, in MSA, and I took the feedback. That what you feel when you come to masjid, positive and negative. So I will only mention those things where we need an improvement. There are a lot of positive, alhamdulillah, but there are a few things which we need to work on. The first thing is that there are few big things and few small things, but a small thing will have a big effect. Big things. First is almost every other youngster said this about the judgmental attitude. Now please don't feel bad. I know there is a norm in Muslim community, those who are practicing Muslim in their adults, they'll say, no, this is just an excuse, judgmental attitude. Even we were being judged when we were in Pakistan and India and Egypt and so forth. Don't give this excuse. The kids who are born and raised here, they are different. You were different when you were born and raised in different places. So we have to apply different psychology when you are raising these kids. First thing is judgmental attitude. Actually, there is one survey in MSA Michigan, the University of Michigan, MSA Muslim Student Association. They took about why we are not active in masjid. And in MSA you will expect most of them are in college. So 95 or 91% of the female Muslim students in the college, they said the reason why we are not active in masjid is because these other sisters are too judgmental. They are not welcoming in the masjid. And this is again not only reduced to the Michigan. When you come to the masajid like MCMC, MCNJ, Masjid al-Wali, we need to work on that also. Make sure that the judgmental attitude is not there. What is judgmental thing? So I will tell you an example. You know, I will give you my example. When I went to Islamic University, I know only one opinion. And the one opinion is that you have to keep trousers above your ankle. You all know this, right? I only came to know about second opinion when I came here. I said, oh man, subhanAllah, there is one other opinion and there is exception also. Few people still know there is one opinion. They will not pray behind Imam because Imam trousers are below the ankles. But they don't know about another opinion of the proven from the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah opinion. You might not have to agree, but there is an opinion, you cannot deny that. So I was only exposed to one opinion when I was in Pakistan. And once I went to the masjid and my trousers were below the ankle, and I was giving khutbah in the masjid. Khutbah means it's just a khatira. And one brother yelled at me. And I felt so bad. Means obviously correction is at one place, where at the same time there is a way of correcting. But then I recognized that obviously it's my mistake. I did immediately because I have to follow the culture of the masjid, majority, whatever they're comfortable. But at the same time, we need to understand that if we are doing this in the masjid with the youth, eventually what will happen? They will not come to masjid on these small things. So if they are not wearing kufi, they will not come to masjid, because last time they gave khutbah in kufi, and now they are playing basketball at the basketball outside of the masjid, and they does not have kufi. They will go home, they will pray, and they will start playing basketball again, because the uncles will say, oh no, if you are not wearing kufi, your salah will not be accepted, or you will get a sin. These small things does make a huge difference. So stop judging others. Stop saying your salah will not be accepted because of this. Especially in West, one of the common issues is the kids coming in masjid by wearing shorts. I know this is not acceptable, that they have to cover their aura. That's the disclaimer. But there is a way of approaching them. Instead of just insulting them in masjid in front of everyone, just imagine if someone will insult you, how you are insulting others, how you will feel. There's a way and etiquette and adab of correcting others. So we need to keep that in mind. So that's the first thing. Why they are not coming in masjid? Whatever youth you see on Friday or Saturday in YM or in any other youth group, they are just the minority in this Piscarway. The 35, 40, 50 youth. The majority of Muslim youth are not coming in Piscarway. And why they are not coming? Obviously because of their own weakness and crisis, but maybe because we are not welcoming enough, we are not arranging programs enough. So that's the first thing, judgmental. And especially this happened more in sisters. I don't know if there is any sister. This happened more in sisters than in brothers, because in brothers at least we have such a big number. We will come, so you will eventually find some good brothers and those brothers who will going to use very harsh language. But in sisters this happened more because of lack of education, because they don't come to masjid for classes often, and then it turns out that they will manifest their ego, and then they will going to push other sisters also. After being judgmental, I asked them, what else, why you are not coming in, or when you come to masjid, what you feel? They said, when we usually come to masjid is Friday khutbah or Eid khutbah. We don't come for classes, most of them. And they said, most of the times we are feeling that the speaker in Friday khutbah is speaking about irrelevant stuff. How many of you, raise your hand, I'm Imam, Shura is there, but generally when you pray Jummah Salah, how many of you feel this when you are attending Jummah khutbah, that Imam is giving an irrelevant speech? Irrelevant does not mean that he is talking about Salah is irrelevant. No, Salah is relevant. But how to improve a quality of our Salah, that is relevant. Talking about a fiqh debate about the quantity of Salah, that's irrelevant for this audience. Tell me, how many of you have felt that most of the times khutbah are not relatable? Tell me, raise your hand, please. Few of you.
Actually, when they do not come well prepared,
Yeah.
they are all just men.
Yes.
And who come with preparation.
Yeah.
Well prepared khutbah, it is.
Yeah. So khutbah preparation is very important, as Shamim said. Those khatib like Brother Tanveer, who's looking here and there, when he comes prepared, inshallah, he will go with khutbah, inshallah. And when I will come unprepared, I will not give a good khutbah. So that's a very important point. So the first thing was judgmental. Second, about unrelated or those speeches which are not even relevant. And third thing, before I can end, inshallah, and that is the foreign culture, they said. It's not an American culture. as soon as you will enter into the masjid, it looks like that you have entered into the Karachi Masjid or Hyderabad, Nakwai, or Hamon Alo Nachin. You have entered in Dhaka, or you have entered in Egypt. It doesn't look like that you are in USA anymore. Especially when you will go into the parking lot, you will see the way we park the car. Then you will enter into the masjid, you will see the way we put our shoes on the rack. First of all, we don't put at all. But if we put, you will see, you will feel that this, oh man, subhanallah, the bond of unity, the spirit of the masjid is just starting here, alhamdulillah. Before even we go to musalla, you'll go to restrooms, you will feel a lot. I don't need to give examples. The second revelation or third revelation on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Surah Mudassir, وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ, talking about the cleanliness. Our religion gives so much importance, but look at our restrooms. Look at the restrooms of the Muslim airports, Muslim countries' airports. It tells you a lot. I'm not telling you that these non-Muslims are more clean. Wallahi, don't take this, don't take a wrong message out of me, don't misquote me. But what I'm saying that this cleanliness in masjid, being more organized, this is a part of Muslim, this is a part of Islam. I don't know why we kept this away from spirituality. So the third thing, the youth, what they felt when they came into the masjid is the foreign attitude. What we need to do, we need to change that attitude. Maybe have a relevant speeches on the relevant topics. Second, maybe talk in their language. If we are giving a speech in Urdu in Turkey, Istanbul, is it relevant? I guess hardly 1% will understand. Similarly, when you are having programs in local languages, then make sure only local people are there of that language. But generally, when you are speaking from this place, then this place have some rights. And one of the rights is that you speak the language of the masses of the community. The majority of the people speak English. I am Gujarati. I love Kimcho Majamacho. Gujarati people, Gujarati humor, Gujarati jokes, awesome. But I cannot give khutbah in Gujarati, because then I will disconnect myself to the masses. I cannot speak Urdu from the member unless I have only exclusive Urdu speaking audience. If everyone can give guarantee to me that there is no exclusive Urdu speaking audience, then I will tell you what Allama Iqbal said. My Urdu is good, but I have to speak local language. No matter how worse my accent is, but I have to try. You know why? Because that's the language of the masses. Even Prophet Muhammad used to give importance that if three brothers are there, two should not speak in a foreign language, third will feel bad. Why these hadiths are important? This is because our masajids have that problem. Urdu speaking people are talking in Urdu, Arabs are talking in Arabic. These youth will think, man, we are again in Egypt and Pakistan, we are not in America. So please make sure that don't give that foreign environment. At least, obviously, at the same time, teach cultures. Everyone is ethnocentric, don't criticize any culture. But try to make this masjid an American Muslim center, which is open for all the school of thought in terms of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And at the same time, we will not accept we will show zero tolerance to shirk, because obviously in terms of implementing the rules, we will not have that. So try to make that kind of Islamic center, and alhamdulillah, MCMC is going forward towards that. But inshallah, just be consistent. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all the volunteers, all the shura, imam, and all those khuddam, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them and reward their family with Jannatul Firdaus. If you have any question, you can go ahead and ask before we can pray salah and then leave inshallah. Actually, we'll have breakfast and leave inshallah.
You was talking about the filter topics. Actually, I'm talking about the bathroom service. I saw and I see in some mosques, they mess up, and youth of the Islamic school is mess up with the commode and everything. They don't know how to purify.
Yeah.
So I asked the Imam Shibli that we should have a khutbah on this purification.
Yeah.
So this type of khutbah should be that correct.
So Brother Shamim said that on purification we should have khutbah and we should tell them the etiquettes for using restroom. But even you know what happened when Imam will give a khutbah on purification? He will open the book of fiqh or hadith and he will going to bring hadith from Kitab al-Tahara, purification. But some of them will not even make it relevant to how to apply that Kitab al-Tahara and hadith in 2016. You have to give relevant examples. This is hadith, how to apply when you're using restroom. Then it will only be relatable. So that's what myself and all of us have to do. is to make it practical. Quran and Hadith is there, but how to make it relatable in 2016, as you said, this is very important. Marital life is destroyed, youth are having these issues, and if you're just discussing, I was in Florida, I guess, right after Paris attack in November, I guess, for the Imam conference. I prayed Jummah there. In one of the masjid, I don't know, alhamdulillah, I don't know, that the khatib there was giving, now this is right after Paris attack, entire Muslim community of the globe is being jolted after 4 or 5 days, and the khatib is speaking about the benefits of using right hand when you are eating on 25 minutes. Now it is, I'm not saying we should eat with left hand, but come on man, subhanallah, give us some guidance how to react, how to respond. So this is what we need to learn, being more relevant in the khutbahs. And khutbah is one of the most important tool. Wallahi, I have worked in event management. You have to put money, lot of marketing, social media, individual flyer distribution, and then eventually you'll get 200 people after so much marketing. In khutbah, you will get masjid packed without any marketing. And we are ignoring that 30 minutes. So we should give importance to the khutbahs and the topics and the khatibs also, inshallah. Yes, Brother Rami. By the way, you gave a very good khutbah yesterday, alhamdulillah. You picked me up in the khutbah. Yes, Brother Rami. Oh, Allahu Akbar.
So one is, so we're actually working on revising the Constitution. If you could design, as the Imam, design the Constitution from scratch, you've been an Imam, you know that you have to do everything, you have to be the counselor, you have to be the manager for this, you have to be this, sure, that's it. A million things. That's one.
Before that, I would ask my sheikh, and that is Sheikh Rauf, to help me out.
You are the speaker today, and the question is directed to you.
But you are my ustad, Sheikhana.
But you're leaving, so you can say whatever you
No. I will ask definitely Sheikh Rauf, inshallah, especially for this masjid, because he knows this. One of the important things is that the local knowledge have to be there. And Sheikh Rauf is there in this community. He have the religious knowledge, alhamdulillah. I trust his religious knowledge, alhamdulillah, because he have cultural knowledge also. He have studied in Pakistan, he studied in Al-Azhar. He have been into this community. So I would definitely, for religious, I just gave whatever is in my mind. You can make constitution from it. But wallahi, I'm trying to play safe. Okay.
Okay, so yesterday, there was a clip of Imam Islami that the fan in the sister area was working. So I joked and told her, why do you come to Masjid anyway? Just stay home. You know, and this has been the answer I've heard from every masjid in this area, no matter what talk we give about women or youth in the masjid, the mentality stays exactly the same. So many examples you can give.
Yeah.
Whether youth or you give a talk right now about youth, I'll tell you a week from now, same exact thing is going to happen that has happened before. The women, you talked about having them sort of make people mentality that this is a private principle.
Yes.
The social is a social club only for certain people, right?
Yeah.
So how do we, I mean, it's always an uphill struggle for me. No matter what measure, I go to one measure in this area, right? And I tell them, we need a private entrance for them. We need a private entrance. For years I tell them, women should be safe. The township tells them we need to make a handicapped entrance, so okay, we'll put it in the women's area. So only when the township tells them they have to do something, then they'll do it. Right? So, like,
Yeah, I understand. That's why I didn't even start I said I want to talk about youth and women, but women will take some time. We are almost, time is up. But I mentioned one thing, because obviously there is a fiqh debate. Some of the contemporary Ahnaf scholars, especially in the subcontinent, they say that women, it's better if they will pray at home and so forth, and they will going to have their evidences. And there is no one denying that there is a fiqh opinion. But now let's talk about, we are in this country, and now how to make sure that we have that community concept. Even some of the modern Ahnaf scholars, who know the community, especially in the West, they are giving the opinion that no, women should come and they should pray in the masjid. But there is a parallel opinion in the Hanafi opinion, not the consensus in Hanafi opinion, but they bring the opinion that women should not come in masjid. but there's no consensus on that opinion. So first is what we are trying to achieve here. In Pakistan, if you're not in India and Pakistan, I will give example because I know that culture. Don't think again I'm bashing the nation. I know that culture, that's why I'm giving that example. That if woman is not coming to masjid, still they can hear the adhan. Still there are organizations like Al-Huda, Dr. Farad Hashmi, Tabligh Jamaat, Tariq Jameel, who can take the Jamaat of women and who can teach the women. So we don't have to worry for the women education. They can, alhamdulillah, can make the social circle and the educational academic circle in their home. And so there is no that extra need, although there is, but there is no extra need to go to masjid. But when you come here, these are the only places which we have. Means there is no other place. If you go out, means I have seen those people who will not bring their women into the masjid because of opinions. They will go to malls. And we know the hadith, mall is the worst place, masjid is the best place. They will go to each and every place, but in terms of masjid, they will, astaghfirullah. So we need to make sure, first of all, that we are not discouraging that. And especially in these time of Islamophobia, and especially of this feminist culture, we have to present them right Islam. If you will going to say, these movements are already saying that Islam does not give rights to women, and we are taking their rights, what Islam gave to them, because Prophet also says, don't stop them to come to masjid. Clear hadith, clear hadith. If we were going to take those rights away, then eventually you know what will happen? You know what will happen? First of all, they will go far away from Islam. And some of the consequences is that what happened in California, they will open their own masjid. Never happened in in the history of Islam. They said, okay, we'll have our own masjid, women only masjid, by the feminist movement. I'm not justifying their constructing their masjid, but it's actually a responsibility for us to make a gender inclusive masjid. They're just like brothers, they're sisters, they are 50%, if not more than 50% of the community. They need everything, leadership, programs, social circle, and in their even ibadat. So that's very important. But why this happens is because of the culture. People cannot come out of the cultural bubble and understand the context of the religion. I will tell you honestly, my own thing, before I can end. When I came first time, 1998, remember this year, I was not religious at that time that much. I was walking in the streets of Chicago in Dewan, because I told you that I was Ismaili, Shia before. So I was walking in the streets of Dewan, and Dewan had so many masjids back in the days. I don't know how many masjids they have. So there were few women in abaya. They were driving the car into the masjid parking lot, and they were going into the masjid. We were walking across the street. Wallahi, the first thought came in my mind. Wallahi, the first thought, how messed up these masajid are. Women are coming. Wallahi. This is Imam Asif. The reason I'm coming from Pakistan and I don't have any religious knowledge, and I don't have any religious knowledge from Pakistan also, because I have coming from different background. My perception is masajid are only for men. In 2008, when the guys were wearing shorts and they were playing basketball in Houston, Mariam Masjid, where I was, I complained actually. I was the one bad uncle in the masjid who complained for those youth. Wallahi. I said, these guys, we should kick them out of masjid. Wallahi, I'm telling you, brother Sharif, wallahi. But I came out of that bubble that they are coming into the masjid at least. There's so many temptations outside. We should advise them in a polite way instead of pushing them away. So that's, just people are in their cultural bubble, they will come out. If they will not come out, their next generation will come out. So, but they will have different problem then. But yeah, we need to fix these issues as soon as we can, inshallah, before it's too late. Okay, jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.